I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
I invite you to become still, relax, and gently close your eyes. As you listen to my voice, start to relax. Close your eyes, inhale, and exhale. Use your breath to focus on your inner space. With each breath, feel the tension and any uneasiness dissolving. With the next breath, see the energy flowing into your body from your head down to your toes, back into the universe. With the next breath, continue to relax your body, allowing your breath to flow again from the top of your head, moving through your body down to your feet. Feel with each breath more and more energy cascading down through your head, your shoulders, down to your chest, through your stomach, calming and soothing all organs. With the next breath, imagine that you are somewhere in nature, a forest, a beach, a mountain, or a beautiful valley. Walk around this magically amazing place, focusing on the sounds you hear. And as you inhale, smell the fragrances in the air, the fragrances that are all around you. Listen to any sounds you may hear. And as you look around this amazing place, you see a path in front of you. You walk down the path and realize you are traveling back to the soul level where you can communicate with your higher self. Inhale and exhale. As you observe whatever you are experiencing right now, you sense a presence that is pure and beautiful. You know your higher self has been waiting for you to connect at this moment. Inhale and exhale. Now open yourself up completely to anything you need to learn about this current life, about your life's experience. And with each breath, listen with an open mind, allowing anything you need to present itself. Inhale and exhale. As you open your heart, you hear the message in the form of words, or you may have a feeling. This is your intuition, your inner awareness, your inner wisdom. Allow it to speak with you. Inhale and exhale. Without fear, ask this all-knowing higher knowledge whatever you need to, or anything that comes to mind. Then ask, how can my human incarnation carry out my soul's purpose? Inhale and exhale. As you listen closely to this message, relax even more. Inhale and exhale. Feeling your body filled with energy, now it's time to come back to this awareness. Bring back all that you learned today. Inhale and exhale. And as you open your eyes, you are feeling rejuvenated, whole, and complete. Namaste.
Can I just let go? Can I just let go? If I
Unity of Chicago South Spiritual Community. Thanks everyone watching today's celebration. We appreciate your support. Your financial support helps us sustain and grow this Beyond Walls ministry. UCS accepts your financial support online or by mail. You may use the Cash App, Unity Chicago South. You may select Unity of Chicago South from the Give Lifey app found on our website, www.unityocs.org. You can also mail donations to Unity of Chicago South. The mailing address is 1448 East 52nd Street Suite 132 Chicago, Illinois 60615. Continue watching this online space, donate your support and spread the word that Unity of Chicago South is Beyond Walls online. Health and wellness to each and every one of you.
Good morning. My name is Nick Angitti. I'm a minister with the ministry of Unity Chicago South, and I'm delighted to be with you today. My talk is Peace of Mind is an Inside Job. The great American philosopher Ernest Holmes once stated that love is greater than all else and covers a multitude of mistakes. Love is greater than all else and covers a multitude of mistakes. I have to tell you a little story. I went down to Florida for a couple of days. My uncle was just 6 months short of 100 years old, and he moved into new life. At peace, he moved into new life. And so we were down celebrating his life, a memorial and a military burial. On the way there, as I landed in Fort Lauderdale, I discovered that when I got to baggage that I had misplaced my phone. I don't believe anything's lost in mind in the universal intelligence of God, so I didn't say it was lost. I misplaced it. I stayed calm, followed the path, reminded myself nothing was ever lost in mind. And there are no mistakes. And so I'm going to be guided back to the phone, and I don't have to search for it. P.S., long story short, the phone was returned to me, and all is well. So later I was reflecting with my wife. She said, well, what happened? What happened? I said, well, I can't tell you what happened. I don't know how'd you lose it? I said, I can't tell you how I lost it. I can only tell you how I recovered it. I recovered it by reminding myself that what I am seeking is seeking me. I was seeking my phone to be returned, and it was seeking me. And it returned, okay? So anyway, we had a wonderful time celebrating with family, especially through the whole COVID thing of not being able to see anybody and all that, and all the fears surrounding all that. It was good to renew and to refresh. Which reminds me, as I got on the plane to come home, I started thinking about about today and its lesson for today, and it threw me back to another time when I when I was on a plane heading back to Chicago and the next day to give a talk. And anyway, I'm gonna take you back to that time. So I'm on the plane and I'm reflecting about the talk that I'm going to be giving on the following day. It was a Saturday. The next talk was on Sunday. And anyway, as I turned to pick up my bag, I happened to notice there was a pool of water on the floor. And I thought, you know what, this seems strange. However, not as strange as what was revealed. It appeared that on the pocket of the back of the seat was leaking. Okay? Now, that is nearly impossible, but sure enough, the universe of all possibilities, my curiosity was getting the better of me, and I stayed with my curiosity, and I moved my eyes up the back of the seat, and there was the answer. There was a little boy, about 1.5 years, standing on the seat, looking at me. and looking at me with a face of sheer contentment. The fact, that look on his face was absolute. It was a great relief. Well, I mean, not a relief of, but it was that too. And yes, the liquid was moving to the pocket of the back of the seat, and it was being released from his bladder. And yes, he had no diaper on, and well, whatever. So I connected the dots, and like a good dad, which I am, I called his father aside, and I whispered something in his ear. I said, "I think your little boy just had an accident." Father never looked at me again. He just quietly moved away. And he pulled out a plastic bag, began to rummage around. He also called the stewardess over and whispered something in her ear. And I figured, well, my job is done here. I better start focusing on this talk. So anyway, I quietly told myself that this is no longer my business. I went back to the business of today's lesson. Like every one of you, we get distracted. And like every one of you, we need to bring ourselves back. Bring ourselves back to the task at hand. Okay? Peace of mind is an inside job, and once again, that's the topic of today's lesson, today's talk. Peace of mind is an inside job. Roman poet and philosopher Virgil Maro lived in the 1st century BC. And Virgil once wrote this of the oversoul of God. He writes, "Know this, the heaven, the earth, the main, the moon, pale orb, the starry train, are nourished by a soul, a bright intelligence whose flame glows in each member of the frame." You are one with God. You are one in this great oversoul that connects us all. And because of this, not only are you connected to the power of creation, but you are also interconnected with every possibility in the universe. Whatever you are seeking, you will be drawn to in your experience. Because at the same time you are seeking it, another person or situation is seeking to complement you and your desire. If you are seeking confrontation, you're going to find it, especially with all the turbulence we have going on now. If you're seeking confrontation, that confrontation will be seeking you. But if you're seeking peace, that peace too will come about. There's no coincidence in the universe. If I desire something that is unhealthy for me, it'll be right there in my face. If I desire something ugly, the ugly will appear in my life. I know it. I've seen it. If I believe that life sucks, excuse the word, but if I believe that life sucks, all that will also appear in my life. However, the good news is, because the great universe, the great law of God, the great, whatever you want to call it, brings to you what you are seeking, you can also shift your mind. Work for peace as an inside job. And you will begin to shift things. You will begin to change what comes back to you. Once again, if you're seeking a relationship, that relationship will reflect back to you according to your acceptance. It will draw to you in the belief according to your desires. If you're desirous of greater prosperity, you'll bring it about as you personally raise your own value. Raise your personal value. Raise the value that you hold of yourself, of your skills, and of all the things that you bring to this world. If it's success you are seeking, honor your talents and your creativity. Honor those things you bring to your work. Raise them. Raise your personal acceptance, and the door will be open to you. Seek and you shall find. If it's greater health you are seeking, honor your body. Keep your body clean of mind and actions. Honor the body as a sacred temple. We are always creating exactly what we expect. Expect more. Accept more. Peace of mind is an inside job, and the inside job within you. Whatever you are seeking is seeking you. Now, the other wonderful insight coming out of Virgil's poem is the greatness of the universe, that greatness which creates everything, not only supports your every desire, it is there at your call. It is there with every thought. You are eternally connected. The divine support cannot be lost. You can never be abandoned by the divine. God does not turn away from you. We discovered this, as did the prodigal son. When he turned back to the Father was turning back to him in perfect reflection. And all the bounty, all the good was once again restored. And there was a rejoicing, a great rejoicing. If the need is strong enough, we will call. If it is the need for help, then help is just a call away. Eric Butterworth, in his wonderful book, The Universe is Calling, minister and author Eric Butterworth, he tells a story of this New York lady, who, a real city lady, who kind of longed for the woods. She'd never been to the great woods, and she longed for that. And so she decided to take a trip, and she drove up to the Catskills. She drove up to the Adirondacks, wherever it was, upstate New York. And she decided to take a walk, a stroll in the forest. Well, she was overwhelmed by the beauty of what she was seeing, and also overwhelmed, so overwhelmed that she got lost. She got lost in the forest. And the more that she tried to find her way out, the more greatly she got deeper into the forest. So what did she do? Like you and I, desperation, she turned to God. She turned to prayer. And she prayed that she would be indeed, that she would come out of this darkness, come out of this forest. In fact, it was starting to get dark, and so she was getting pretty panicky. And so, like you and I, she prayed. Fast forward, 3 days later, she's with friends, and she's with her lady friends, and they're having tea and reminiscing over good times. And she was relaying her story, and she complained that God had not responded to her, that no matter how much she prayed, God had not responded to her. And one of her friends said, "Hey, what are you complaining about? What do you mean God didn't answer your prayers? You're here right now. You're not lost in the woods." She said, "Well, if it wasn't for the hunter who found me, I wouldn't be here today. Don't tell me God answered my prayers." Whatever you are seeking is seeking you, and the answer will come to you out of nowhere. If you genuinely seek. The hunter was the answer to her prayers, and she was home and safe. So we put the complaints behind us. We put the complaining behind us. The answer to our prayers are always right before us. Sometimes we're unaware. Quite often we walk through this life unaware that miracles are continuously happening, that things are continuously coming into our life, because those are the things we are seeking. Deep down within, It's there. I was looking for a light story to open today's lesson. And sure enough, I opened my eyes and there's fresh pee on the floor, which gave me my opening. Okay. As I sought to focus on today and find the perfect story to set the tone for today's lesson, the little boy just happened to be there relieving himself. But also part of the lesson that I discovered on my trip to Florida and to my uncle's funeral. They called it a funeral, I call it a memorial and an honoring. I was fearful of going. Fearful of the pandemic, fearful of people around me, fearful of what could happen. But also the fears of facing the emotion of my uncle leaving and facing the grief. But the wonderful thing is there was very little grieving because he led a wonderful life. He had his times just like all of us. You know, he landed at Normandy. He was wounded. He also was there. He was there at the he was there when they were at the concentration camps. He took photos. He worked for intelligence. He was there to help release the pain. And he carried that pain with him. But he came to release it for others. He was part of the great wave to help save the world from apparent oppression and a demon that was in this earth, on this earth, excuse me. And so, part of me did not want to go. But I did. Because it was the thing to do. It was the thing to do. And it was a thing deep down that I was craving. A renewal of love. A renewal of family. A renewal and a recognition of the goodness that indwells us all. And I rediscovered it. I rediscovered it. Because I released. And I let go. And I allowed it to unfold. No different from the little boy who just being the little boy. And we are all little children. We are all little children. Fresh out of school. Like the lyric of the song, we are all little children. Fresh out of school. Honor the child in you. That's an inside job. That's where the peace of mind resides. Nirvana is yours right now. If you relax and just return to that little kid within you, that child within you, relax. Peace resides right there. Peace resides right there. You know, an anxious and angry passenger, as I have been in the past, found the answer right there before my eyes. Everything you desire is always an instant away from your notice. Trust and it will be there, right before your eyes. Peace is an inside job. I believe one of the greatest difficulties in finding peace of mind is that we often turn to prayer when we're in trouble. Just like the woman in the woods. Just like I have so many, many times as I retrieved my phone that was missing. turn to prayer when it appeared as if I was in trouble. But all the times in the past that I always continuously reminded myself that nothing is lost. Nothing is lost in the divine mind. My phone was seeking me once I came back to a place of peace, recognizing. How did that come about? Daily practice. Don't wait until you're in trouble. A daily practice will remind you over and over again that the goodness indwells you. That goodness is always with you. That goodness is ever and ever renewed as we allow and open up for the renewal. Because peace of mind, it's an inside job. As you daily turn and work your spiritual muscle, no different than going to a health club, you develop a strength, an inner strength, of knowing that nothing about you is any greater than the greatness that is within you. In fact, you are far greater than anything you can imagine. Dr. Alex Carroll won the Nobel Prize for Medicine in 1912. Dr. Carroll once said about prayer, he said, "Only in prayer do we achieve that complete and harmonious assembly of body, mind, and spirit, which gives the frail human reed its unshakable strength." Let's take that thought into a closing. There is something within me that knows, and it knows that it knows. There is a greatness within me in all humility. There's a greatness within me that reflects the greater universe. That presence which is God, in all, through all, with all. As I speak it as a personal thing in the I am, so too it is spoken for each of you. I am love, I am loved, I am light. I am peace. I am the fullness of that peace. That peace indeed is my mind. I have peace of mind. I know this is true. I rejoice and give thanks for it. And so it is done. Remember, this is the day the Lord has made just for you. Rejoice, be glad in it, and do that which pleases you. Namaste. The Spirit in me recognizes the Spirit in you. And so begins the lesson.